trading strategy out there that you could use on cryptocurrencies that never ever loses. Sorry for my appearance here today. Yes, I'm a bit sweaty. You know, trading crypto, being like a pro crypto trader, it's not all about, you know, hot girls in bikinis showering you with cocaine while you're smashing buy and sell buttons. You know, that, and sadly, unfortunately, is not what being a professional crypto investor is all about. Now, I say that, you know, professional crypto investor, not because, you know, somebody pays me to do it, but because I've spent the last 5 years not actually working, just trading crypto and making lots of money. Not just a cool idea that I want to share with you in a moment, but actually I've tested it. We've been running it now, and we've run some numbers on there, and it is looking super fantastically awesome. And it's something that I think no matter what trading strategy you're using, even if you're like trading manually, you're going to be able to use this and make a lot more money trading crypto, like any crypto that you want to trade, near enough. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I really want to share this with you because I think it's going to benefit you a lot. I've just got some errands to run first. I'm just taking these tubes down to the post office for the new Master Ninjas, which signed up recently. So you guys, those are coming to you. And man, yeah, I shall see you back at the office in just a moment. So then, I do hope that you're ready, because this is going to be a very, very, very interesting for you. Now, this here is Bitcoin, and I'm sure you're very familiar with where we are right now. So around 30,000 for Bitcoin. So 30,000, that's where we are right now for price. But, you know, where are we in the greater, larger scheme of things? What about the sort of macro outlook? Well, if we have a look at it and actually start scrolling out, you can see something that I've mentioned in our Satoshi Trader 3-day free course that you can sign up for down below this video. It's totally free to you guys if you feel that you want that. You know, if you want to get into cryptocurrency trading, maybe you're not that familiar with it right now. But this is something that we'll go over there, and that is the sort of ebb and flow of the 4-yearly Bitcoin cycle. And, you know, you have these halving events every 4 years, which then starts the euphoria phase of this cycle. So it goes from fantasy, that's where it dumps down. We've got the apathy phase there right at the bottom. Then we've got the green venture phase where everything starts to go up. And then the huge euphoric phase before we go back down again. And all these time periods, because we're stuck on the 4-yearly Bitcoin halving cycle, you can pretty much set your watch by them, more or less. And right now we are in this phase right here, the venture phase. You can see us there in the green. And what would normally happen in this phase is whatever price it is that you're going to enter in at, you're going to pretty much double that price over that time. So between now and the next Bitcoin halving, which will be around about the end of March next year, 2024. Now there is, of course, going to be lots of ups and downs during that time, but should you then therefore be selling in those dips? If you're running some sort of automated trading strategy or just manually trading, every time it dips, every time the SEC comes out to sue somebody or claim that everything's a security, and, you know, the whole markets go down, should you actually be selling then to try and protect your assets, but really you're not, because the next week everything's back up again and then you're buying in at a higher price? Should you really be selling those dips? Well, a few videos ago, I was talking about this one here, MCN Money Machine. There was a video about how you could make millions with this, but then it turned out we had a major repainting issue with the strategy, and I changed it for a previous one that we used to use a couple of years ago, which was profitable in an uptrend and maybe a sort of level flat trend, sort of like what we've got right now. But then when it goes down, it tended to lose a lot of money. So MCN Money Maker strategy is basically this one here that you can see right now on the screen. So as it goes upwards, you'll see these selling off here. You might have saw a couple of buys disappear there for a moment. Now, the problem that we've had with this strategy, and maybe that you're having with your trading as well, is sometimes it sells off at a loss. However, my big idea while I was at the gym the other day was, why are we taking losses? You know, whether it's this strategy or any other strategy that you're using right now, what need do you have to actually take a loss, considering where we are in the sort of macro economy of Bitcoin? You know, we're coming up to the next Bitcoin halving. We know we're in the venture phase. Things will be going up. and then we're going to go into the euphoria phase. At some point, as long as you're trading good, decent coins, they're going to rebound at some point. So is there really any need to take a loss? And what really is the worst case scenario? Well, we can go back here to the absolute worst case scenario. We're talking complete and utter economic meltdown. So this was the drop off here that you can see during the COVID. So this was 2020, the beginning of 2020, March 2020. This is where you had the big COVID stop where they basically locked down all the economy. You know exactly what happens. No point me telling you. So if you had bought in this little first dip here, expecting that it's going to go up and you're going to make some money, that'd be reasonable. Only the market absolutely collapses. Well, this here was actually a collapse of about 58%, I think. There you go. So 58% drop in Bitcoin. However, it's only a loss of 58% if you actually sell at that time. So at the end of the day, even if you did get in at that point and you wanted to sell off and make a profit, you only got to wait, what is that, maybe 60 days? So about 2 months, and you're back up to kind of like break even there, around 2 months, maybe 3 months. You can take a good profit, buy back in at the dip, take some profit, buy back in, and so on and so forth. So worst case scenario, guys, you're looking at just holding the bag for 2 months. And do you really think we're going to have a complete economic global lockdown again anytime soon? Probably not. So if that's the worst case scenario, I don't think this is all that much of a bad idea. So I decided to test the numbers for you so I can actually prove to you whether or not that this works, and it's something that you can do yourself. So over here in the Masters Lounge, I put in this one right here. Basically, this is a sort of snapshot as what it was after just 13 days. And this is what I changed the code on the MCN money machine so that it only sells if it's in a position of profit. So if it's a profitable trade, it will sell. Otherwise, if it's at a loss and a sell signal comes in, it just ignores it. So I took this data and I compared it against the actual live data right now today. And I put it all into a very smart little spreadsheet for you. This is basically the all-time profit as it was at the time, which was 2.12%. However, since then, we've actually added another 2.9% more recently. So that was 13 days that was running for. And then from the point that we changed it, that was another 5 days on. And then during those 13 days, it done 332 trades because it's just in, out, in, out, in, out all the time. Whereas now we only done 45. So a lot less trades, which means a lot less commissions that you're paying to Binance or Bybit or whoever it is that you're using as an exchange. So we ended up with less trades per day. And because we're only actually doing profitable trades, that means that the average profit per trade is actually much higher, 10x higher. So now with some numbers to work with, I decided to have a look at just where that could be in maybe 6 months' time. Took all of those numbers for you, actually find out how much that would be day by day after 6 months. And bearing in mind, the market over the last couple of days has been extremely flat. In fact, for the last couple of weeks, it's been extremely flat. So there hasn't been any massive gains to be had. But despite that, based off this very, very flat data, here we've got the original price. This is where we're actually taking losses, and then the exact same strategy, but we're just ignoring the losses and only taking the positive trades. At the end of 6 months, 180 days, you would have had 13% gain or 135% if you're only taking gains. You are ignoring losses. And considering where we are in the sort of macro outlook right now with Bitcoin and altcoins in general, where do you think, is this a good time to use a strategy like this? And when do you think would be a good time to maybe stop using a strategy like this? Now, if you were going to actually use this strategy over the next 2 years, up to sort of the height of the next bull run, then you're going to be looking at figures a little bit more like this. So again, we start the same. You're going in right now with $5,000 or £5,000, whatever it is, and then you're going through day by day by day over a 2-year period, and by the end of 2 years you have the difference between making 61% or almost 3,000% gains. So for every £5,000 that you put in, you're going to make 152,000 back. But is this the best strategy to actually use this on? Are there better strategies out there? I certainly believe so, and we're going to be talking about that maybe in another video's time, so don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so I just wanted to answer a couple of your questions from the last video. And King David 772, he asked, what do you think about Veracity? That's VRA. And quite honestly, I had to have a look into this one, but it did seem a really good project compared to some of the others which we've got on the site right now. Much worth keeping an eye on. So thanks, King David, for letting us know about that one. And we have Tommy K 2894, and he asks, I would not rely on Twitter numbers or followers or hearts, likes, because they are easy to buy from Pakistan IT guys, and he's probably right too. But at the end of the day, when analyzing these crypto projects and looking for some sort of social proof that they actually do have a following, I mean, what else do you go on? If you do know, let me know in the comments below. If you missed that video, you can check it out right here. But what I'd really like you guys to do right now, if you are new to crypto, or at least you're not yet a profitable crypto trader, go to satoshitrader.com, sign up for that free day trading course, and I shall see you there in the Discord group. That's it for me. I shall see you again soon.